Hello, friends. Are you ready for some Christmas books? I know I am. I've started Christmas music and I am ready for Christmas books. I found this book in my box of books and I had never read it before, so I read it this morning and I think you're going to enjoy it. This is called The Oldest Elf and it's by James Stevenson. And let's see what it says on the back. It's the night before Christmas Eve, and Santa's workshop is buzzing and humming and screeching with elves hard at work. In a quiet room in Santa's cellar, Elwin, the oldest elf, is hard at work too. But Elwin's not as fast as he used to be, and by the time he comes upstairs with a sack full of toys, Santa's already left. Can the oldest elf and the oldest reindeer catch up? Let's find out. So here's the title page. The Oldest Elf. It was almost Christmas. All night long, Santa's workshop buzzed and hummed and screeched. Colored lights flashed on and off. In the stable, the reindeer had a hard time trying to sleep. All those lights and noise, said Prancer. I can't get any rest at all. How soon is Christmas Eve? Asked Donner. Tomorrow night, said Dancer. Thank goodness, said Prancer. In the workshop, the elves were building video games that beeped, helicopters that whined, dolls that walked and talked, fire engines that wailed, racing cars that went wherever they were told to go. Anybody need batteries? Asked Santa Claus. The only quiet place was a room in the cellar where nobody ever went. It was the room where Elwin, the oldest elf, made toys. In Elwin's room, the sounds were soft. Sandpaper smoothing the deck of a wooden boat, or a brush painting a piggy bank. Sometimes it was Elwin himself humming a tune from long ago. Wonder if it was Christmas music. Busy, busy workshop, isn't it? It must be getting close to Christmas, said Elwin, and I still have lots to do. He searched for a calendar. At last he found one, but it said 1984. This year we're at 2020, aren't we? He went up the stairs to the workshop. What day is it? He called to one of the younger elves. The day before Christmas Eve, Elwin, said one elf. That late? Said Elwin. He put the wheels on the pedal car. He tied a ribbon on the china doll. He painted a set of blocks. He squirted oil into the wind-up toys and made sure each one had a key that worked. He fixed the strings on a wooden puppet. He tuned a small guitar. He brushed the mane and tail of a rocking horse. He polished the brass buttons on a toy soldier. He wound a toy cuckoo clock and set the hands for just before the hour. A minute later, a bird popped out and said, "Cuckoo." All these toys he's trying to finish up. It's a lot of work, isn't it? When Elwin was all finished, he put his toys in his sack and dragged it slowly up the stairs. It's probably heavy. It looks like these stairs are really steep. I'll show you in a minute. The workshop was silent and deserted. That means there was no one there. Here's these stairs. Looks like they're kind of hard to climb, don't they? Here's the empty workshop. Oh my! How do you think he's feeling right now? Like, what happened? Right? Elwin put on his coat and hat. He pulled his sack outdoors and over to the stable. He saw hoof prints and the 2 tracks of Santa's sleigh. The tracks went a short distance. Then there was just plain snow. "You missed them," said an old voice. "They left 20 minutes ago." "Who's that?" said Elwin. "It's me, Blitzen." "Hello, Blitzen," said Elwin. "Did you miss them too?" "Oh no," said Blitzen. "I got too old for those last-minute rides through the night. No more on Donner on Blitzen for me." "What do they do without you?" asked Elwin. "Santa found a doe named Josephine," said Blitzen. "Now I stay home in the warm straw." "I guess you deserve a rest," said Elwin. "What's in your sack?" said Blitzen. "Toys. I made them myself." "It's a shame you missed the sleigh," said Blitzen. "All that hard work for nothing." "This is a very sad Christmas," said Elwin, "and it's all my fault." He began to walk away. "Good night, Blitzen," he said. "Good night, Elwin," said Blitzen. How do you think he's feeling right now? Very sad after all that work. Then he saw that Elwin had left his sack. "You forgot your toys," he called, but the wind was strong and Elwin was too far away to hear. Snow began to fall harder. Soon the toys were half buried. After a while, they were just another lump in the snow. Elwin was dozing in his chair. Means he's fallen asleep. When there was a tapping at the window. It was Blitzen. Elwin opened the window. Snow fell into the room. "Say, Elwin," said Blitzen, "I've been thinking. I'll bet there are kids who would love to get those toys of yours." "Too late now," said Elwin. "Don't be so sure," said Blitzen. "Grab that toboggan and come over to the stable." Wow. Do you have any prediction what you think's going to happen? Let's see. When Elwyn got to the stable, the toys were nowhere to be seen. Elwyn and Blitzen searched and searched, but the snow was deep. So Blitzen had this good idea, but now they can't find the toys. There's a lot of problems in this story, isn't there? At last, they gave up. So much for Christmas, said Elwyn. At least we tried, said Blitzen. Hey! What was that? What was what? Said Elwyn. I heard a sound, said Blitzen. They listened. Then they both heard the sound coming from underneath the snowdrift. Cuckoo! Cuckoo! The clock! Cried Elwyn. He started digging in the snow. In a moment, he had found the sack. Let's go, said Blitzen. It's getting late. What do we do? Said Elwyn. Get my old harness from that peg at the back of the stable, said Blitzen. The reins are on the shelf. What about these bells? Asked Elwyn. Want them too? Might as well do things right, said Blitzen. This will probably be the last Christmas ride for both of us. Elwyn climbed onto the toboggan behind the toys. Sound fun? Ready when you are, he said. Well, what do you say? Said Blitzen. Oh, you mean on Blitzen? Said Elwyn. That's correct, said Blitzen. On Blitzen. So they're ready to take off. How exciting. Oh my goodness. Blitzen broke into a run. The bells began to jingle. The toboggan went zigzagging across the snow. Soon Blitzen's hooves were no longer touching the snow. The toboggan swung into the sky. Hang on, Elwyn, called Blitzen. We're on our way. After a while, they saw a city down below. Santa's sleigh and the reindeer were standing on a rooftop. Blitzen landed the toboggan next to them. Look who's here, said Donner. It's Blitzen. I can't believe it, said Dancer. How did you get here? I know the route, said Blitzen. And he's very fast, said Elwyn. Just then Santa Claus popped out of the chimney. Well, my goodness, he said. Blitzen and Elwyn. We brought some extra toys, said Elwyn, if it isn't too late. Never too late for toys, said Santa. He pointed to the east. You deliver in that direction, and we'll deliver over here. He jumped onto his sleigh. On Prancer, he cried, on Dancer, on Donner, and Josephine, said Josephine. Of course, said Santa Claus, on Josephine. Santa's sleigh soared into the sky. Ho, 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 he cried. On Blitzen, said Elwyn. We haven't missed Christmas after all. How about ho, 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 called Blitzen. Ho, ho, said Elwyn. Louder, said Blitzen. Louder and jollier. Ho, 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 cried Ellen as they galloped through the night. So there you go, our first Christmas story, and I'm sure I have a lot more to share with you. So I hope you enjoyed that story. I know it was a little long, but I hope you enjoyed it. And if you want to send me a little message about your favorite part, feel free to do that. You have a great day, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.